Hey everyone, it's Leandra at New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program. Today for our behind the scenes stable pass video, it is St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. And to help us celebrate here is the first 2019 baby that we have. So he was born in 2019. He's just almost 3 years old. He's not even two. He's not 2 yet because math is hard. This is Wentworth. I absolutely love him. You'll notice maybe, I don't think you can see, he has this little spot on his belly. He's the sweetest baby. He is the sweetest baby. And Wentworth here, he didn't quite make it as a racehorse. He wasn't as competitive as his donor wanted him to be, but he has really special bloodlines, and we're really excited to have him here. We just love him. Mwah. You're the sweetest boy. So, for our stable pass video today, we're going to talk a little bit about letting down. So when a horse comes to us, they are usually coming directly from the track or from a layout facility. And that means that coming here is quite the adjustment for them. And in order to help them adjust, we first and foremost never rush them. Every horse has their own agenda. And so we're always gauging their comfort level in the new environment, in the new surroundings. A lot of them are coming from different states. It could be California, it could be New York, all over the country. So our atmosphere, the environment, the weather, everything could be totally different in that way. They almost never come with grain, so they have to adjust to the feed. They're making new friends. They're usually adjusting to a new schedule. So there are a lot of different things that they need to get used to. And they have to, like him, he's very young and he needs to sort of be a big boy and be able to do that. So in order to let them down, we're gauging them as an individual and their comfort level. So there is a level of both physical and mental preparedness to go into the retraining part of our process. And we're trying to help them make that leap. So a lot of the horses, if you sort of pan to the barn, we're in the afternoon part of the day here, and all the horses who have been here for a little while are, for the most part at this time of year, on night turnout. And the horses who are still adjusting will be in the day turnout. Up there we have some round pens. So when we're helping the horses to adjust to turnout, we'll start them in the round pens. It's a smaller space. It's harder for them to get up a lot of speed or be in a situation where they might injure themselves. So they'll start in the round pens, and that's just during the day, and then they'll be in at night. So other than that, a horse who is at this point in during the day, it might just be by virtue of who their turnout buddy is, or they might have an injury. This horse, if we can get his attention, come here. He's gazing out. This is Escape Away, who we call Wilson. And, he might come visit. He has some special shoes on, and he's getting used to being back in turnout. He had some sore feet. So because of that, he wasn't able to get turned out for a little while. He had to be in the stall because he just wasn't comfortable. And so now he's at the point where he can go in a turnout, but we want to be able to monitor him so we can assess his comfort level, and then also make sure that it doesn't get too muddy because of his shoes that he has on. Avoiding muddy conditions is ideal. So he stays in, and he's a very good boy. So we're really excited that he is now starting to be a lot more comfortable and able to start in more work. So this is Escape Away, Wilson. Be on the lookout for more about him. And Tilt is a horse who should be going online today. He was sent back to us for some behavioral issues that we have worked through. And that's a great sort of segue to talk about how that same letdown period is really critical when the horses go to the adopter. So it's in a similar sort of way that the horses have to adjust to a new environment when they come from the track. Being at our barns and then being at an adopter's barn, which might be in another state and have a different schedule and have different friends and different schedule of the turnout, feeding, everything. It's another adjustment, right, Tilt? And sometimes horses are not like products. They are living things and their attitudes can change, and they are also, most of these guys, still growing. And that means that they are going through a lot of physical and mental changes in maturity, in trying to figure out where they are in their herd dynamic, and just because they're herd animals, that's very critical to their social structure. They try to figure out where they are in the herd. And they have feelings too. They can have discomforts, a lot of different things that influence their behavior. I don't want you to kiss me on camera. That's so embarrassing. So Tilt is a horse who definitely will need to go to somebody who's confident to be able to help him through some of his behavioral challenges when he tries to test his people. But again, that's really, really important that adopters give their horses an opportunity to adjust. So even though they are used to being turned out here and being ridden, just because of the change, just like people, some people adjust and can restart and adapt really easily, and some just take a little bit more time. They can get stressed out about it. So similarly, it's really important to pay attention to your individual horse's needs and what will be ideal for them for adapting. And one of the horses down there really enjoys making music. And for the last horse, we're going to take a little sneak peek at, for our stable pass here, this is Leafroy. And if we can get him to come around here, come here. He's being shy. We might be able to see a little silver patch on his face, where some of our horses in the training program, again, being very young, especially the boys, they like to play rough sometimes, and Leafroy played a little too rough with his pasture mate and has a little laceration on his face that's been stitched back up. So he has to have some restricted turnout time, a little more supervised. So he is on a little bit of a timeout here from turnout. But it's all right because he is doing very well, getting back into work, and hopefully he will be ready for adoption soon if he can be saved from himself. We have a lot of goofballs here, but he is a sweetheart. He's a very sweet boy. Well, that's just a little St. Patrick's Day feature of our behind the scenes here at New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program in Lexington, Kentucky. It's just one of our several facilities in different states, which include New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Louisiana, and Kentucky. So please tune back in for future videos. Thank you so much for joining us today on our little Stable Pass behind the scenes special, and have a very happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.